Hi guys! I wanted to show you today how to curtail music for a student. You'll have to forgive my voice, or lack thereof. I'm losing my voice. So here's a song that a student has picked. Day one, their very first lesson. They don't know how to read music. They don't even know the key names. And they just learned their finger numbers. This is actually a very hard version of this song. It's in the key of A. I would have tried to find it in the key of C, but this is the version that we have. So, it's in the key of A. We have 3 sharps. It's a harder version, but we can still work with it. So first I would circle the treble clef and tell them that this line is what the right hand is going to be playing. We're just going to work on the right hand. And you want to try and find a 5-finger position that their hand can go in so that they don't have to move their hand around, or at least move it around as little as possible. And once you know the hand position, you can write in the finger numbers. This note is actually sharp, so I'm going to go ahead and circle all the sharps so they know that those notes are black keys. And I'm going to cross out the ties so they know not to play that. We're just going to work on this first line, which is only 2 measures. And I crossed out the tab line so they know that has nothing to do with what they're doing on the piano. So keep writing in all the finger numbers for your 5-finger position. They learn their finger numbers at the first lesson. It's one of the first things they learn. So you can just write in all the numbers. That one is not sharp, so it shouldn't be circled. And those are the finger numbers that they'll use to read the 2 measures of music. If they did have to move their hands, I would want them to know that a circled number means move. And if your student doesn't know how to read, just keep telling them this and they'll eventually memorize that. Lucky for us, we don't have any moves in this song. So your student doesn't know where C sharp is or what a C sharp is. So I'm going to draw a picture for them, just like they do in the Bastion books, and that way they'll know where to put their finger. And they're going to put their 2 finger on the C sharp. Okay, so after drawing the picture and showing them where their 2 finger goes, you can show them how to do that. 2, white key, black key, white key. So this is the 5-finger position for this song. And you could actually draw a picture of all these keys and put the numbers on there. So that would really help. And then they just have to follow the numbers. I will try to do and show you. So that's the right hand. It's very slow. They're only going to do those 2 measures, but they're going to ask you, oh, it doesn't sound like the song. What's the rhythm? So you're going to have to go over that a little bit. So what I would do is I would draw these notes and say these notes that look like this are fast. It's their first lesson. They haven't learned eighth notes yet, and they're not going to learn them for another 8 months. So just tell them that they're fast. Then I would go through and highlight all of those notes that are supposed to be fast, reminding them that the ties are not, because you're holding those down, and reminding them that they haven't learned about ties yet. They'll learn about them later. So all the notes that are highlighted are going to be fast. And to get it to be as exact as the song as you can, you're going to have to play it for them and have them mimic, because they just don't know about rhythm yet. I wouldn't go over the one and the ands. I would give them a line each week. So they only have to do this line this week, just the right hand. Then for left hand, they just have to look at the big letters on top. Find a position for the left hand where their hand doesn't have to move, or as little as possible, and figure out what those numbers are. And then you can write the numbers next to the letters too. Anything after the first letter doesn't matter. They're just looking at the first letter. So A, E, D. They don't need to worry about the M or the S or the 7. So then I'll write the numbers in for the left hand, and they can practice the left hand separately. And tell them to play and hold that note until they hit the next letter. And they'd practice that probably they could get that in one lesson. And then after they've done that, you want to help them put the hands together. And that's going to take a lot of repetition. So that first page would probably take them a month or 2 to do. But you've gone over everything. You've gone over the notes, the numbers, the rhythm, sharps. So by the time they get to the second page, they could probably do this whole page in one lesson. Go over the right hand, write in all the numbers, go over the left hand, have them play them separately, and then put the hands together. This song is actually very hard for a beginner, so I would tell them right up front that this is going to take 4 to 5 months for them to play and learn. Usually they don't mind because it's a song they chose and they're excited. So I hope that helps. If you guys have any questions, let me know.